Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zack, and today I am driving a 1994 Toyota Century Hearse. Up front is a 4.0 liter V8, and down below is a 4-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Century for two reasons. First of all, I love the Centuries, and this is actually a previous generation to what I've normally filmed. I filmed two 1997 Centuries, and that was a newer generation. This is the VG40 generation, so I'm excited to check that off the list. But the second reason should be obvious. This is a Hearse, so this was built back in the 90s for Japanese funerals, and so we are going to be talking about that quite a bit here and how special and how rare this vehicle is. But if you'd like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. But let's get back to that 4-liter V8 under the hood. Well, this was the generation before they introduced the V12. So whenever you bring up Toyota Century, people always go, oh, V12, V12, V12 is the only production V12 out of Japan ever. Well, this is a little bit before that. Now, this engine is actually rooted back in the 1960s. It is a very old style engine, and they made it work all the way up until 1997, where they switched over to the next generation Century. It's reliable, and I know Toyota people love their engine codes, so this is a 5VEU. It's also been nicknamed the Toyota Hemi because it is a V8 and has hemispherical chambers, so technically it is a Japanese Hemi, but I'm not gonna harp on that too much. Like I said, paired to it is a 4-speed automatic transmission. It's fine, it's doing the job, and it's shifting here 32 years later, so I'm happy with that. Last but not least about the drivetrain, the Toyota Century is rear-wheel drive. How does it feel to drive a Century Hearse? Well, you are top-heavy. This thing is very, very top-heavy, as you might assume. It's funny and weird to drive because looking out over the hood, your brain is saying, oh, sedan. Mid-size, normal-size sedan. But the weight and characteristics of driving it make your brain say, Mack truck. So it's this really weird experience because you feel like you should go faster than you actually can. And yeah, it is very, very top heavy. What's fascinating though is that the suspension actually remains incredibly plush, very, very comfortable and very soft. All the inputs are very calculated, very, very luxurious. And it still maintains those Century characteristics. You just have a little bit more weight on the back. The other thing you're gonna have to put up with, especially here in the States, is that every single person is going to look at you, stare at you, and take photos of you. So while it might have been a little bit more common of a sight over in Japan, here in the States, no one has ever seen anything like this. So if you buy one, be prepared to be stopped at the gas station, at the park, and have people sticking their phones out the window while they're driving and potentially swerve into your lane. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. We'll do up front here real quick, and then we'll get to the back because I know that's what we really want to talk about. Well, in front of me, interestingly enough for 94, I have digital gauges. I have a digital speedometer, fuel, coolant temperature, and tachometer that reads it out in a number as opposed to a traditional dial. On the steering wheel, we get the Century logo. Absolutely adore this logo. So special, so cool. Off the right, we do have a climate vent, and down below we have our auto dimmer and our interior lights. We also have our power mirror adjustments. Very, very nice, especially because the side mirrors are up on the fenders. And moving out of the door, we have power windows, power locks, and of course, our power seat adjustments. Moving into the center, we get a digital clock as well as our climate vents. And down below, we have our climate controls. It's still running off an R12 system, so it is blowing ice cold here today, which is just fantastic. And we have the cassette player and radio down below, of course, all super, super 90s, and I love it. We do have our power and normal mode for the transmission up on the dash here. In later models, they moved it down next to the shifter, which makes a lot more sense, but up on the dash here. We do have a little cubby down below, shifter in the center, and a center console, but we don't get any cup holders up front here. So unfortunately, yet very predictably, the 1994 Toyota Century Hearse fails the big friggin' bottle test. One interesting thing in the interior is that we do have a Sony backup camera. Now, this looks of the era. I don't know when it was installed, if it was done by the coach builder that did the Hearse build. General, I don't know if it was added by a funeral company after the fact. I don't have any info, but it is here and very cool. Now, the seats are comfortable. However, you do not have a lot of cabin space in the interior of the Century. This generation of Century just didn't give you a lot of cabin space up front as it is, because you were supposed to be driven around in this car as opposed to be the one driving the car. So it was for a chauffeur, and they're not allowed to have a lot of space apparently, so you don't get a whole lot. But because this is a Hearse, you get even less space than you would normally. So, still down on space, no matter how you spin it. Now, we don't have any back seats. They have obviously been deleted. However, what everyone wants to know is what the back is like. So let's hop back there and go do a rear end review of a Century Hearse. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we've been waiting all video to talk about, and it is the Hearse section of this vehicle. Let's do a walk around, first of all, of the outside of the shell. As you'll notice, this originally rolled off the assembly line from Toyota as a regular Toyota Century. This is not built by Toyota themselves. So it originally started as a sedan. You still get the rear doors that do in fact open. You still get the rear carpet and whatnot, but obviously you are missing some other parts like the back seat. Now coming over to this other side, we do have another door over here obviously, but we do have like a radio and wireless tuners, things like that, that would be used for funeral services. The actual cap itself was done by a company. Neither I nor the owner know what company. There's not many info, there's no tags on it. I think that is sort of some of that Japanese humbleness, not wanting to, sticker their logo all over it, but I have no idea who built it. I don't know if they built it well after the car was built. I don't know if they pulled the car off the assembly line and built it immediately. I don't know much about that. What I can say is that it is magnificent. And whatever video you're watching, whatever screen you're watching this on, will never do this car justice. I will try my best here today. But look at this wood dragon detail. All of these little either brass or gold plates, I don't know what it's made out of. They're all hand done because you can see the little waves in each flower are different. It's not like they just stamped a million of them and bolted them on. Now, I assume they did that with these, but still, I mean, all of this gold, the statues up above. The only thing wrong with this car is while it was being shipped from Japan to the US, the wings broke off on the top statue and the owner doesn't know where they are. The pictures of it at the port had it on. When it got here, it did not have them. So something happened, but the magnificent, magnificent work done back here is just jaw-dropping. The leaf and the bird and the leaf and the flowers, all of this is carved. It has this window with these beautiful, beautiful hanging rope things. It is just absolutely stunning to look at. I wish I could invite all of you out here to this field and let you just stare at this for hours and hours and hours like I've been able to, because it is something so incredibly special. And every time I look at it, I see something new. I mean, look at all of this beautiful, beautiful work that has been done to it. Someone, or most likely a major group of people, spent a lot of time making this something special. Now, I know everyone wants to see what's back here. Don't worry, there are no patrons back here. But as you can see, there you go. Pull this open, and there it is. This is the final car ride. You might not be able to tell, but the lights are on in here. This is where, the casket would go, and just the level of honor and respect that they give to the past is just wonderful. I mean, look at all of this. The American hearses that I've reviewed have just been boxes in the back. And yeah, they're nice, but this is a whole nother level. This really, truly feels like a vehicle to the next life or whatever comes after this. So incredible. I mean, just truly speechless. I'm trying to figure out words for the video purposes, but My God. I mean, my God. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Close this up like this. All wood construction. There's the backup camera. That is the only, you know, sore thumb found here. But, I mean, I don't know what else there is to say besides just admiring the raw beauty of this car, because it is certainly gorgeous. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and obviously this is one of the craziest looking vehicles I've probably ever driven. The attention to detail on the back end, as we talked about with that rear end review, is incredible. It's wonderful. And I love the dichotomy of this like black business sedan, something that was known for luxury and normalcy and sort of slipping into the background while being this Japanese Rolls-Royce style, now being chopped up and covered in gold and wood is very funny to me that, you know, that's what this ended up being. So I like it a lot. I think it's just awesome to look at, and that was basically the main reason why I wanted to do this video, is to just preserve this car in its entirety and how amazing it is. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving a Toyota Century Hearse? Well, this is of course, one of the coolest reviews I think I've ever done. It is so fantastic, so unique, and I don't think I'll find anything quite like this, maybe ever again. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I'll let you decide. But my overall feeling with this is A, it drives great, B, it's super cool, but C, the core reason why I love Japanese culture. And it boils down to just taking the extra 2 seconds. No matter what it is, just take that extra moment, and it makes life so much better. When I was over in Japan, something that baffled me is how kind everyone is on the road. If you need to merge, they let you in. Everyone follows the rules. Everyone falls in line. Everyone sticks to the social norms. And it's just that little extra moment where in Japan you let off the gas for a second to allow someone in front of you to merge more easily. It's that little moment that defines the culture. And that's how I feel with this car. All of the intricacies, all of the little wood accenting, the sculptures, the animals. Did it take years and years and years to build? No, but it definitely took extra time to put all of these ornaments and attributes and decoration onto this car. They wanted it to be something special. And so they just gave it a little bit of extra time. And that little extra moment, that little extra elbow grease, that extra night at the shop making sure that all the gold plating was proper, those little moments add up to big moments. And those little changes end up being revolutionary changes. And so in your busy day today, watching this video, enjoying this cool piece of rich Japanese culture and history, take a second. After this video's done, maybe don't let the next video autoplay. Take a moment. Realize where you are, think about where you are, focus on your breathing. Just take that little extra moment, and I think you'll see big benefits, because this car has benefited from that extra moment for its entire life. Toyota could have put one of their fabulous inline sixes in it, but someone in the boardroom said, hold on, what if we did a V8? Would that make it smoother? Would that make it more comfortable? And they developed it, and they did it, and it is smoother. It is more comfortable because someone raised their hand and said, maybe we should do it this way. That's how I feel about this car. That's how special it is, and that's how wonderful it feels to drive. Just take the extra moment. We're all gonna die one day and end up in the back of something like this. There's no need to rush it, and that's super cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Jimmy for letting me borrow his Toyota Century Hearse. I mean, what an amazing sentence that is. He's absolutely wonderful. I also reviewed his Nissan Figaro earlier this morning, as well as his 300ZX. He's been absolutely wonderful, and I'm just so appreciative of him letting me take out this awesome, awesome automobile. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.